The twin suns of Zerion cast harsh shadows across the endless dunes when Adam first spotted the figure lying motionless beneath the crystalline outcrop. His environmental suit's sensors had picked up bio-readings 3 kilometers back, but out here in the scorched wastes, most life signs turned out to be the desiccated remains of some unfortunate soul who'd ventured too far from the settlements. This one was different. This one was still breathing. Adam approached cautiously, his boots crunching against the silicon sand. The figure was small, humanoid, but clearly not human. Her skin had a pale lavender hue that seemed to shimmer in the alien sunlight, and delicate crystalline structures grew along her arms like natural armor. But what caught Adam's attention immediately were her legs, or rather, the lack of them. Where her lower limbs should have been, metallic stumps suggested crude amputation. "Hey," Adam called softly, kneeling beside her. "Can you hear me?" The alien's eyes fluttered open, large opalescent orbs that seemed to contain entire galaxies. She tried to speak, but only managed a weak whisper in what Adam recognized as High Zerathi, the language of the planet's nobility. "Water," she managed in heavily accented standard. "Please." Adam didn't hesitate. He activated his suit's emergency hydration system and carefully lifted her head, letting the cool liquid trickle between her lips. As she drank, he noticed the intricate tattoos covering her neck and face, not decorative but the ceremonial markings of highborn Zerathi. "What's your name?" Adam asked gently. "Maheen," she whispered, "daughter of Baron Zexhai of the Crimson Sands." Her voice carried both pride and bitter pain. "Though I suppose that means nothing now." Adam's jaw clenched. He'd heard rumors about Baron Zexhai, a powerful Zerathi noble who'd grown wealthy trading with off-world corporations. He was also known for his ruthless adherence to Zerathi purity laws, which deemed any physical imperfection as a stain upon family honor. "Your father left you here," Adam stated. It wasn't a question. Maheen's laugh was hollow. "The Baron's daughter must be perfect. When the mining accident took my legs, I became an embarrassment. Better to let the desert claim me than acknowledge a broken heir." Adam felt the familiar fire that burned in his chest whenever he encountered injustice. It was the same feeling that had driven him to leave Earth's corporate colonies and become a freelance rescue operator on this harsh world. Humans had a reputation throughout the galaxy for their stubborn refusal to abandon anyone, a trait that both baffled and impressed other species. "Well, I'm not the Baron," Adam said, sliding his arms beneath Maheen, "and I don't see anything broken here." The journey back to New Sacramento took 18 hours. Adam's rover wasn't designed for medical transport, but he'd jury-rigged a comfort field generator to keep Maheen stable. During the long trek across the dunes, she told him about her life, how she'd been studying xenoarchaeology at the Galactic University before the accident, how she'd discovered evidence of an ancient civilization that might revolutionize understanding of the sector's history. "My research is still in my father's vaults," she said bitterly. 20 years of work locked away because the discoverer isn't worthy of the family name. Adam's mind was already working. "Tell me about this discovery." As Maheen explained her findings, ruins that suggested the Zerathi weren't the first intelligent species on the planet, artifacts that could rewrite galactic history. Adam felt the pieces of a plan forming. Humans were known for many things throughout the galaxy: their stubbornness, their pack-bonding tendencies, their alarming tendency to adopt anything that moved. But they were also known for their ingenuity and their absolute refusal to let talent go to waste. New Sacramento's medical bay was state-of-the-art, funded by the mining guilds and maintained by Dr. Chen, a cybernetics specialist who'd fled Earth's corpo wars. Within hours of their arrival, Maheen was fitted with adaptive prosthetics that interfaced directly with her nervous system, technology that surpassed anything the Zerathi had developed. "These legs are more advanced than my original ones," Maheen marveled as she took her first tentative steps. The prosthetics were sleek, powerful, and designed to handle any terrain. "That's just the beginning," Adam said with a grin. Over the following weeks, Adam worked his contacts throughout the sector. He reached out to xenoarchaeology departments at human universities, independent research foundations, and even a few sympathetic Zerathi scholars who'd grown tired of their society's rigid hierarchies. When Baron Zexhai arrived at New Sacramento with a squadron of hired mercenaries, demanding the return of his property, he found something he hadn't expected: A human expedition team fully funded and legally certified, with Maheen as their chief xenoarchaeologist. This is preposterous. The Baron raged, his crystalline features flushed with anger. She is my daughter, and she will return to face judgment for her crimes against family honor. Adam stepped forward, flanked by the expedition team's security detail. All humans, all veterans, all wearing the kind of expression that suggested they'd faced down worse things than an entitled alien noble. Maheen isn't your daughter anymore, Adam said calmly. She's a human citizen now, adopted under Terran colonial law, and Dr. Maheen Chen has important work to do. The Baron's face went through several interesting color changes. Chen, you gave her a human name? I chose it myself, Maheen said, stepping beside Adam on her new legs. She wore human clothing now, practical expedition gear that bore the insignia of the Galactic Archaeological Survey. But she'd kept her Zarathi tattoos, not as marks of nobility, but as reminders of where she'd come from and how far she'd traveled. Adam showed me that worth isn't determined by the accident of birth or the whims of prejudice. It's determined by what you contribute to the galaxy. 6 months later, the discovery made headlines across known space. The Xerion Codex, as it came to be known, revolutionized understanding of galactic history and earned Dr. Maheen Chen the Stellar Archaeological Prize. She accepted the award on Earth, standing confidently on legs that could carry her anywhere in the universe. In her acceptance speech, she spoke of the human concept of found family, of how sometimes the people who see your true worth aren't the ones who share your blood, but the ones who share your values. Adam watched from the audience, grinning with pride. Around the galaxy, the story spread. Another tale of human stubborn kindness, of their refusal to let anyone be discarded or forgotten. The Baron had seen a broken thing to be hidden away. Adam had seen a brilliant scientist who just needed the right support to change the galaxy. That was the difference between abandonment and rescue, between seeing what was missing and seeing what was possible, between giving up on someone and giving them a chance to become who they were meant to be.